Good afternoon. I'm Sean Yao and this is One News Now. Some political analysts believe that Bongbong Marcos's absence from a recently conducted presidential interview could be a political strategy. Camille Samonte tells us more.
The hashtag #MarcosDuwag trended on social media over the weekend. This was after Bongbong Marcos skipped a presidential interview by GMA7 aired on Saturday. Vice President Leni Robredo, Manila Mayor Isko Moreno, and Senators Panfilo Lacson and Manny Pacquiao accepted the invitation. Marcos, however, declined to take part. The reason, according to his spokesman Vic Rodriguez, it was due to veteran journalist Jessica Soho's alleged bias against the Marcoses. Rodriguez also insisted that Marcos' duty is to the Filipino people and not to a particular TV show or program host. GMA7 meanwhile was quick to defend Soho from the allegations. The network noted that in particular episode, Soho boldly asked the presidential aspirants questions that needed to be asked. Lacson also defended Soho, citing his own interview with the journalist. Although not required, debates and other similar events that scrutinize candidates are staples of the election season. For some political analysts, Marcos' absence might be a political strategy.
That's a possible scenario. Sinadya nila yan para pag-usapan. Sinadya nila yan para i-stake ay yung masasabihin ng mga kalaban.
For Professor Ed Tayao, it's also possible that BBM's camp is already confident as he continues to lead presidential surveys. Tayao also cited Marcos' previous interview experience with Soho.
Sa pagkakatakda ko, sa mga nakita ko sa mga newsfeed, meron na kasing experience ng interview before with Miss Jessica, no? And that could have been one of the factors, if not the most important factor, for them to reconsider being part of the interview.
Both Tayao and Contreras pointed out that the public should focus on the candidates who showed up instead.
Tanungin natin, ano ba yung sinabi nilang mali doon, ano yung tama? We should focus more on that rather than the absence of someone who didn't want to be there.
Nasa sa atin lang yung paraan at pagkakataon ng pagtimbang kung sino sa mga kandidato ang dapat na manalo.
For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
Meanwhile, presidential aspirant Leody de Guzman says he was expecting to be invited to the same presidential forum. De Guzman told One News Now that every candidate should be given equal airtime, as stated in a resolution by the Commission on Elections. The interview only featured 4 of this year's presidential candidates.
Una-una, medyo nalulungkot dahil nag-e-expect kami na magkakaroon ng pag-iimbita sa amin kung sino yung mga sikat at mga mayayaman ay siya pa rin na prioridad, nabigyan ng space ng ating media.
The labor leader also blasted his fellow presidential bets, whom he described as all talk and no action. De Guzman adds that if he was not running for the presidency, he still would not vote for any of the other candidates.
Walang pinagkaiba yung mga tumatakbo ngayon na kalaban ko kaysa kumpara doon sa mga dati ng mga nangako ng pag-unlad, ng pagginawa ng buhay. This country will be great again. Kung walang kurap, walang mahirap, lahat na ng magagandang slogan ay sinabi nila. Pero pare-pareho ang resulta pagkatapos ng kanilang termino.
The printing of the official ballots for the May 9 automated elections continues over at the National Printing Office. This is now the 4th day of ballot printing. The COMELEC Printing Committee says that this year's ballot printing started earlier as compared to 2019, where they started around February. The committee expects to finish printing all official ballots by April 21. We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here on One News. are still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Here are some stories we're watching in the world of sports. Olympic pole vaulter E.J. Obiena has withdrawn from the Philippine Sports Commission's mediation offer with PATAFA. In a statement, Obiena claims that PATAFA is acting in bad faith. Obiena also called out the sports body for dragging his mother Jeanette, a former PATAFA auditor, into the mess. The pole vaulter thanked PSC Chairman Butch Ramirez for trying to mediate and hopes that a resolution will be met soon. And Malacanang congratulates boxer Mark Magsayo for his WBC featherweight win in New Jersey. The Palace thanked Magsayo for giving pride and honor to the country with this victory. Boxing legend Manny Pacquiao also lauded the Tagbilaran native after the bout. Magsayo won via majority decision to dethrone American Gary Russell Jr., ending his almost 7-year reign. Meanwhile, 72 Beijing Olympics staff have tested positive for COVID-19. Officials said that they are among the 2,500 personnel who arrived in China from January 4 to 22. On the other hand, there were no COVID-positive cases reported among the 171 athletes who arrived in the same period. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Transport officials opened a mobile vaccination site at the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange today. Around 500 AstraZeneca shots for primary doses and booster shots are available at the site per day. The mobile vaccine site will be open from 8 a.m. to 12 noon until Friday. The Supreme Court has allowed bar exam takers to keep the reviewers in their laptops, provided that the files are stored in local folders and not on the cloud. Examinees may open their laptops to access their files for any last-minute studying after security checks are conducted. And in the weather, PAGASA is still monitoring a low-pressure area last spotted east of Hinatuan in Surigao del Sur. Although the LPA is not likely to intensify, it will bring light to heavy rains in several areas. These are Sorsogon, Masbate, Ticao Island, Visayas, Caraga, Northern Mindanao, and the Davao region. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.